And we are live. Good morning,
Hi.
everybody. Good morning, Cynthia. How are
Morning,
you?
Elena. Hi, good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Really happy to have you here today
Thank you. Thank you. Me
on a
too. It's an
very
honor.
hot morning and humid weather in Cambodia. Is it the same in Malaysia?
Yes, Malaysia is having a heat wave at this moment,
Oh
actually.
my God. Oh,
Yes,
this morning
really.
when I woke up, I took my daughter to the park and then we kept sweating
Mm-hmm.
because no air at all. Oh my God. It
Oh,
keeps, yeah,
yeah. Malaysia
hotter and
is actually
hotter.
very bad as well. Yeah, it's actually very
Mm,
bad.
mm,
Yeah, we are having
yeah.
like in between 35 to 37 sometimes
Oh my
Celsius degree.
God.
Yeah.
I did not keep track of the weather forecast
Mm.
here in Cambodia, but I heard that in Thailand it's like going up to 40 or
Wow.
something, 40 degree. So super
Mm-hmm.
hot, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we gotta
Okay.
be careful and stay
Yeah,
safe, you
drink
know.
drink lots of water. Yeah,
Drink
keep
more
hydrated.
water. Yes.
Yeah,
Keep
keep
hydrated. Oh
hydrated.
my God. Same mind. Well, anyway, to those who are watching us, thank you so much for joining us and tuning in with
Yeah,
me. Wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you so
yeah,
much for being here with us. And we are going to have a little chit chat about our business. And
yep,
before we get started, let us know where you are from so we know where you are, how
yep,
global we are, and if
yes,
you have any questions, please also feel free to drop down in the comment. And for those of you who are my new audience, my new follower, I also want to say thank you so much, for following my page. And I like to also introduce myself. My name is Elena. I am based in Phnom Penh, Cambodia currently, and I am a full-time working mom, an HR by profession, and my daughter is nearly 1 year and 3 months old, so fast. And yeah, I do this digital business on the side. And I can hear
oh
Cynthia's
dear,
lovely pet
yeah, sorry,
saying welcome to us as well.
yes, give me 1 minute, maybe you can give me 1 minute, I'll just put her
Okay,
out.
sure. Yeah. No worries. I'm also a dog lover. I used to have, my beloved dog. His name is Mario. He's been with me for, yeah, I was telling the audience that I also a pet lover. I love dog. I have a pet
Oh, okay,
dog myself. His name
hmm.
is Mario, and he was with me for 16 years since the day he was born.
Wow, still around?
Cynthia, are you there?
Uh-huh. Yes, yes, Elena,
Yeah,
can you hear
yeah.
me? Yep. Okay, sorry about the hiccup.
Yes, I can. All right. So,
Yeah.
how about I give the floor to you, Cynthia? Can you please let us know a little bit about yourself?
Yes, sure. I'm Cynthia from Sabah,
Mm-hmm.
Malaysia. Yeah, a mom to four young adult kids. When I say adults, that means that there's no more schooling. So no more sending to tuition centers and all that. They are all between the age of 19 to 24.
Mm-hmm.
And as I've just told
Wow.
Elena also, I have a pair of twins in the middle, which is also
Mm-hmm.
there are two boys. So I have three boys, and my youngest is a girl. I'm actually back to the workforce already now after being laid off during the pandemic. So
Mm-hmm.
going back to 9 to 5 now, and keep life going as you still need to make a living, and then life still has to go on. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad that I'm back to the workforce, so I also have time to work on my this digital business as well. Yeah. Mhm.
That's amazing. So how is your
Yeah.
new job going? You started last
Um,
month, right?
Yeah, started last month. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, pretty okay. Because it was actually a similar job that I did before when I got laid off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually in the education consulting line. So we help
Mm-hmm.
students with applications, doing their visas, look for a place, a proper
I see.
placing students into the right course, in the
Mm-hmm.
universities.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my job. So I'm back to the education
I
taking.
see. Mm.
What
I'm
about you,
happy
Elena?
that Oh yeah, I'm an HR, so I'm in charge in talent development. So I look after training and development, and also
Oh,
handle some HR projects. In related to innovation, paperless
Oh,
framework and project, moving the manual HR process and
I
system
see.
into digital online. So it's really
Oh,
interesting that we move to digital, right? We
uh,
try to innovate what we do to make it more streamlined, easier, and
yeah,
faster, and
yeah.
more user friendly experience.
Mm,
And the fact that we are in this digital business, it's like
yes.
it's the new how to say it? It's the new way of living. Like it's it just make life easier with technology. And so, Cynthia, I understand that you are a mom, and
Elena,
also
are you there?
can you hear me? Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
Mm.
okay. So can you let us know why you started this online business?
Okay. Like I said, I got laid off during the pandemic, so it to me it was
Mm-hmm,
a big blow because at that time I actually thought that I because I've been with this company that I've been working for 18 years already, so it never
mm-hmm,
occurred or it never came to my mind that I would one day be being discarded like that. So I thought I
mm-hmm,
would just retire from there, do my work diligently, and I'll just retire from there. So when I got
mm-hmm,
laid off, I don't have a backup plan, and that's when
mm-hmm,
it really gives me a shock, and I totally don't know, lost sense of direction because there's no savings.
mm-hmm,
Um, it's totally like I don't know what to do. And during that time, it was pandemic, all the lockdowns and all these things, right?
mm-hmm,
Uh,
mm-hmm,
I basically did how you say you can't go out and look for a job at that time because
mm-hmm.
nobody is actually employing and people are actually
Exactly.
downsizing, right? Yeah. So
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm,
I also fear that at my age at that time 48, right? I feel that I was
mm-hmm,
like too old to go back to look for a job.
mm-hmm,
I feel like
mm-hmm.
arm wrestle with the fresh graduates. So it was like no self confidence at all. So I just
Uh,
opt
totally
to
understand.
yeah. So I just opt to do what I can do, and that was baking. Because my passion was actually baking. I love to bake.
Mm,
So I was thinking like,
mm-hmm,
okay, maybe I'll
mm-hmm,
just do some home baking and deliveries and see how it goes. So that's how I went
mm-hmm,
into seasonal baking. And also, in the
mm,
meantime, everywhere, to look for a side hustle. And that's when I came into this business.
mm-hmm.
So I saw my mentor, yeah, her ex, and I
Yeah.
got connected with her, and then that's how I started.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So how long you've been in this business now?
Actually, just celebrated my 1 year anniversary on the 20th.
Oh,
Yeah,
congratulations.
it was a journey actually, really.
Hi, Cynthia. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. It's coming down to my nearly 5 months for me in this business.
Oh,
I just
okay.
started in mid-November last year. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm still learning and but also doing the business on the go. It's so much fun, and I get
Yes,
to meet with a
yes.
lot of people, including you yourself. We
Thank you.
as
Yeah.
Cynthia mentioned in her page, we actually
Mm.
started to get to know each other when we did our 10 days go
10
live
days.
since
Yes, that's
March,
right.
and then that's where
Yeah.
we get to know each other. And
Mm-hmm.
I get so inspired by you and also other business partner. The fact that we have
Same.
this very positive and very, how to say, inspiring
Yes,
mindset.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah, and I think it's also good for us to be around with these like-minded people to
it's
keep
true.
us going and keep us,
Yes,
yeah, moving forward to achieving what we want to achieve in our life and our
yes.
goal.
Yeah, I totally
So for
believe
me, I
that.
actually,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I
Please
totally
go
believe
on.
that. Yeah, I totally believe that. We should empower ourselves, empower the women around us. That we can don't just settle for anything less. Because
Hmm, hmm.
I totally believe that we come into this world. It's not just to live like this, paying bills and
Exactly.
just
Yeah.
yeah. So
Hmm,
uh,
hmm.
please do strive and work harder and look for more in life. Yeah.
Mm, mm. Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. Um, I'm also not very different from you because
Yeah.
I was actually trying to look for something remotely or online since I was
Mm,
pregnant because the thought of going back to work and
mm,
be away from my newborn, it did not give
yes.
me satisfaction at all. And
Mm,
then I keep searching and I found this ad on my business feed as well, I mean Facebook feed,
mm, mm,
about this online business, and I was so curious,
mm.
but I was also a bit skeptical at that time. I watched the webinar for nearly 10 times at that time,
Wow.
and I did not take action for the next step until one day I got broke down at work, after a very long meeting in leadership meeting at my work. And
Mm.
I felt like, I don't know, probably that time it was also during my postpartum days and in my
Oh.
new job as well. And then
Mm,
I felt like it did not the expectation was not matched because I
mm.
wanted to prioritize my time around my baby, but
Maybe,
that it did
yeah.
not meet my expectation. I could not switch off
Mm-hmm.
of work at all, and
Mm,
I got so overwhelmed at work, and I
mm.
felt the lack of how to say, maybe support.
Yes.
So yeah, that day I broke down and cried really hard, and
Oh.
I just could not wait to change my current situation. I just want
Mm,
to see the end of the tunnel, and then I took
mm,
action to start, learning more about this business, and
mm.
that's when I got really an eye opening that wow, like the world is so big,
Yes. Oh.
online business is really life changing. It's really big,
Yes,
and
it's
I
true.
never regretted my decision at all. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
till
true.
today, there's a lot to learn
Yeah,
in this
me too.
business.
Mm-hmm.
What what
Yep.
what do you love about our business so far? I mean,
Uh,
what?
for me, I think the first thing that I love about this business is the self-development because I
Mm-hmm.
can totally see myself change 360 degree from the day I joined until now.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
I am an extrovert person, but extrovert in a way that I still keep certain things to myself, where I
Mm-hmm.
don't
Mm-hmm.
share it out, like, um, but but when I joined this business, I remember I took the challenge, 30 days challenge, to tell 10 things about me,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, I took up that challenge, and then there's a lot of things that you need to tell people about yourself. So one of
Mm-hmm.
the one of the topic was like telling how I got into this business also, and
Mm-hmm.
every time when it reached that part, I will break down and cry because
Wow.
I think it's the how you say because that pain and that struggle that you have been through,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it struck me very bad. And I still remember asking my mentor, "Is it okay for me to cry like that in front of the camera?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I don't want to make people think that I'm seeking for pittiness and all these things,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I felt it very badly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I came out from the shell, and then everybody was very encouraging. The community was
Mm-hmm.
very encouraging, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how I learned to be more, how you say, just be myself. Yeah, just be
Yes.
myself. Yeah, and don't need to, need any acknowledgement from anybody or anybody to say that you are not okay or you're okay or whatever. As long
Mm-hmm.
as you feel that you are doing the right thing, and that's good. Yeah. So self
Wow.
development, I would say that yeah, it really transformed me a lot. Yeah.
I can feel that, and you are so inspired. I wish I could hug you right now.
Oh, please.
Virtual hug.
Yeah.
And I really totally agree. I
Hmm.
also used to be, I like to just scrolling on Facebook and social media.
Yeah.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
like to express about myself on social media. I don't like to talk about my life and all of that. I'm more like observing
Yes.
other people, stalking other
Mm.
people.
Yeah.
But I agree, this business like
Mm.
really transform
Yes.
my life
True.
as well,
Yeah.
especially to let me how to say, like breakthrough, a personal
Yes,
breakthrough to
true.
really learn more and get to love
Mm.
myself more and
Yeah, true,
learn how
true.
to express myself more and just
Yes.
like you said, be who you
Um,
are
yeah,
and
just be
don't
clear.
need to be how to say um
You need
overthinking or
acknowledgement. Yes.
yeah, think too
Yeah.
much that we need people attention and stuff like that because
Yes.
you are the
True.
one who are in charge. You are
Yes.
the one who is always there for yourself,
True.
to lift
Yes.
yourself up,
Yeah.
you know.
Yes.
So that is so empowering and
Yeah.
inspiring that
Yes.
I also get this vibe from all of us
Mm.
in the community.
Yeah, true.
So whenever, because we are human, right? Sometimes we also
Yeah.
feel a little bit demotivated or feel down. But
It's natural and normal, right? Yeah. Mm.
but
Yeah,
the
it's true.
positive energy in our global community, I cannot how to express my feeling or
Explain.
the right word
Yeah.
for this. It's just like
Yeah.
amazing that we cannot find anywhere else.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, that's true.
That's
I
why I feel
totally
so
agree with
grateful.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. That's why actually I also told my
And
other business partners
yeah,
I never regretted coming into business. Although, yeah, it was not a smooth journey all along. It was not a, one
exactly.
overnight success and this kind of things, right? But as I go along, I learn a lot about myself as a person, and I
Hmm.
also
Yeah.
learn a lot about others. And
Hmm.
like you said, you become how you say you learn to love yourself more and treasure yourself more. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. You are so inspiring. You are beautiful inside and out, Cynthia. Just keep being you. You know, you make me
Oh,
goosebump right now. It's okay. And this business also inspire me to dare to dream big for myself and for
true.
everyone around me and to help
Yes.
more people, especially moms like us who
Yes.
are just like you, who are just like myself, who have been struggling, and sometimes feel the pressure,
Yeah. True.
um, from everywhere. I mean, we have pressure from ourselves, pressure from society, pressure from work and family.
True.
So this business is one of my floater. I mean, it's the floater
Mm.
for me as well that I found this business.
True.
It's very life changing, and recently I really love the beauty of our online business with the automation that it
Ah,
keeps
yes.
working at the background because yeah, yeah, I think you know better than me
It's
when it
great,
comes
right?
to
When you wake up
what
every morning.
reactive toddler at home, wake up
Yeah.
early in the morning, just take my daughter to park, oh my
Yeah.
God, you name it, million things. But this business is still keep running at the background for
Yes.
me.
True.
So it's so
True.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
I
Yeah.
love
I
it.
love the automation as well. It's like
Yeah.
you don't really have to sit in front of the computer every day to just monitor, right? It will just run by itself automatically.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's the beauty
Yeah.
of it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's true.
Mm-hmm. Cynthia?
Yes.
So you're a little bit breaking, but I still can hear you.
Oh,
Okay.
is it okay? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But it's fine now.
That's so good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what would be your advice to those who are considering in starting or considering in this opportunity, but they still feel you know a bit skeptical and
Mm,
scared or fear and all of that?
I mean, being skeptical and scared of being scammed and all this, I think it's natural, right? Because especially in the
Mm-hmm,
online world, there are too many scams and too many things that it's untraceable. But so being scared
mm-hmm,
is normal. But I think before being scared, you should also look into what is the reason why you are searching for
mm-hmm,
an opportunity.
mm-hmm,
Because I think
mm-hmm,
that reason is big enough to cover your fear and your skepticism,
mm-hmm,
right? Because
mm-hmm.
um, a lot of things actually, if you don't give it a try, you wouldn't know what happened. If you still
Exactly.
fear and scared, then then nothing will happen. Because if you really
Mm-hmm.
dying for a change, dying for a better life, I think the only thing is that give it a try. Because if you don't try,
Mm,
you'll never know. You'll just forever be in fear, and especially if you're listening to, others like saying, oh, don't do it, it's a scam. How do you
mm-hmm.
know it's a scam when you're not being scammed yet? Correct?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and most of the time, those people who told you not to do it, they themselves haven't done it before. So
Mm,
what gives them the right to tell you that,
mm-hmm.
don't do it? I,
Mm-hmm.
I, I think that it all boils down to our own self to
Mm-hmm.
to see that what we really want in life. If we really want it, I
Mm-hmm.
think whatever other people say, at the side, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I totally agree. And it also depends like how much do you want to do this?
Yes,
How
it's true.
badly you
How
want
badly,
a
how
change in
desperate.
your life.
True.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
especially when this business is, it's risk free within 30
Mm,
days for you to have a
yes,
look,
yes.
what it really is in the
Mm,
business.
mm.
So you really have nothing to lose, and
Yeah, it's
it's
true.
always about, like you mentioned, if you don't try, you never know, and
Yeah.
don't listen to what Cynthia or myself just talking. It's
Mm,
only
mm,
you who
mm.
can know whether this business is for you or not,
Yes,
and
true.
just give it a try. And I
Mm,
also want to add that anything also has pros and cons, but
yeah, that's right.
um, how much are you willing to bear the risk? And if this
True.
risk is
Mm.
like a good risk that can
Yes.
actually, transform your life, or
Mm.
can, how to say, help you to have the life that you
You
want to
want.
live.
Yes.
Yeah,
True.
so why not? Why
Yeah.
not
True.
take that risk and see for
Mm-hmm.
yourself?
Yeah,
Because
it's true.
we were once in your shoes, and we totally understand, where everybody is coming
Mm.
from. The
Mm-hmm.
skepticism, the online world is all new to us, but it's also the new knowledge that we also get to learn from this business, and we will never know if we don't take the next step to
And
explore
moreover,
this.
our community consists of 150 over thousand people. If it is a
Hmm.
scam, do you think this 150,000 over people will still be around there? Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we would
Yeah.
not be show with faces
Yes.
if it is a scam, and I
True.
would not represent this business if it is a
Yes.
scam, because
True.
I'm from an HR background. In
Mm.
integrity is my number one thing.
Yes.
It's my
Exactly.
value. The
Yes.
how to say, the integrity and the
Mm.
transparency, and that
Yes.
is the thing that our founder, our creator of our system also
Mm.
value really much in this
Yes.
business. Yeah.
Mhm. Yes.
Mhm.
So do check it out if you really came across, our advertisements, our pages, and all this. Yeah, it's really worth the check, I would say. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So
It's
really
been a nice
great
chat.
having. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Elena, for having me.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. I have to have more of these talks with you in the future. Maybe we can talk about other topics. Maybe
Yes,
how to transform how to say challenges into opportunity, or difficulties into
yes,
opportunity,
yes, yes.
and sharing
I would
some
love to.
yeah, maybe your mom hacks or leadership hacks, productivity hacks and all of that.
Mhm.
So maybe
Yes.
before we go, I just want to look at the chat here. Good morning, Melissa. How are
Hi,
you? And today
Melissa.
you are boss free, right? Congratulations,
Yes,
Melissa.
congratulations, Melissa. Boss free.
Oh, awesome. You are
So happy
finally
for that.
boss free. Yeah.
Yeah.
In Louisiana, good morning. Hello for tuning in with us, watching
Hi,
live from
Lucy. Thanks,
Singapore.
Lucy.
And Monica, good morning. Monica and I will also have business chat tomorrow, so cannot
Yes.
wait. Mayit, hi,
Mhm.
yeah.
Hi.
Mayit is also our business partner. She is based
Oh,
in New York.
I see.
Yeah.
Hi.
The funny thing was she thought that I'm Thai because didn't know how she get to connect with me on my page. She thought that I'm
Ah,
Thai, but actually I'm Cambodian, but I can speak Thai a little bit. So glad to know inspiring ladies in our business,
yes,
also
that's
including you
true.
here.
You
Thank you
as
so
well,
much
Elena.
for being you, for inspiring me, and also inspiring other moms. Let's
Okay.
keep rocking the business,
Yes,
and I wish
let's
you
do
all the
this.
best in your
You
business.
too,
And
Elena. Thank you
yeah,
so much.
thank you so
Okay.
much. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, you
Take
too.
care.
Yeah.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
everyone.
Bye everyone.